Okay, next up is one of the most anticipated films of the year, New Moon, the Twilight Saga. And, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one. I hated it. It was not good at all. Now, some of you might recall that I liked the first Twilight, as a matter of fact. In the first episode of this show that I have ever done, I talked about it. Now, the reason why the first Twilight worked so well is because it was a fantasy, yes, fantasy love story that worked, that had the proper flow of storytelling and had the right characters drawn to tell it. That being said, it also had Catherine Hardwicke's vision. She was a great director, and she did a wonderful job with the first film, bringing the story to life. She didn't direct this film. I knew we were in trouble as soon as I found that out. Now, the problem here with this film is not so much the actual story, the outline of the story itself, it's the way it's told. It comes off as just an artsy piece of crap. I mean, the way it seems, it's just, what's the proper word I'm looking for, I guess, is that it just seems overdone, overwrought with emotion, if you will. They overdid the whole emotion aspect. I know dark, subtle emotion is one of the main central themes of the Twilight stories, but in the first film, it was done with a subtle balance. It's not done here. Now, in this film, of course, there's an incident. Bella starts to bleed, and Alisu near attack. So Edward, fearing for her life, has to go away from her. And then she sinks into a depression, which is actually well shot, well filmed element. That scene is pretty well done. And becomes an adrenaline junkie, more or less, and reconnects with Jacob. Yes, he's a werewolf. I'm not spoiling anything, really. But yes, and all she can really see is how buff he's gotten. And as a matter of fact, we see that quite a bit here. We see that also with Robert Pattinson. It just seems as though this movie is just a vehicle so girls can gawk at them with their shirts off. Well, to the filmmakers of New Moon, do yourself a favor. Publish the photos on the internet and make a proper damn film. Now, again, I'm not making fun of any of you girls out there, or anybody male even, who likes the Twilight films. I'm not making fun of you for this movie appealing to you, because it's doing its job. It's appealing to its demographic. And after the first one, I don't blame you for wanting to see this. But here's my problem, and it's not with any of you viewers. It's the fact that I believe you people as Twilight fans deserve better. That you deserve better than this film. Now, I'm gonna say a lot of you probably liked it. Okay, fine. But the thing is that I just think after the first story blew me away, and it was actually a big surprise because I didn't think I was gonna like it too much. I was expecting, at least, I wasn't expecting it to be just as good, but I was expecting a little substance for my buck, a little bang for my buck. I didn't get that here. It was way too overwrought. The whole, love aspect was just way too over the top with its sentiments and that. Kristen Stewart, who found a great balance of dark emotion yet, I guess you could say, expressiveness in the first one, doesn't do that here. She's just overly dark. Seriously, she brings a whole new meaning to the word bland in this film. She's as bland as a fence post in this movie. It's sad to watch, quite frankly, because she's been really good in other movies. Robert Pattinson, I swear, the guy's made of wood. I'm telling you. I mean, okay, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one. Robert Pattinson, even I thought this in the first one, he's not a very good actor. Okay, there, I said it. He did well enough in the first one for what the character needed. Here, he's just not good at all. He was not good in Little Ashes earlier this year. He's even worse here. Now, in my opinion, Hollywood can do movies where it can appeal to the masses and still be great. It can appeal to the girls. I'm not going to say, I know males probably like, some males like Twilight too. I'm not going to say they don't. But it's mostly girls. Let's face the facts, people. I'm not going to blame them at all for liking this, like I said earlier, but can Hollywood have not made a movie like the first one, which was also good and also struck with its target demographic? And yet they're lazy, just giving something that is supposed to just make the girls go ooh and ah, rather than a really good movie. I mean, Hollywood should be ashamed of themselves for letting this go out there. This was a great concept, a good story, but they ruined it with this film. I can't say enough bad things about it. I've gone on long enough about it. I'm sick and tired, so I'm moving on. 1 star out of 5 for New Moon.